Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and this video is not going to be easy to do. I try not to drink too much Kool-Aid, meaning fill myself up with false hope. And every day when I research this space, I always have a keen, watchful eye on what the next big disruptor could be, because this space is developing so fast that the killer app today can easily be a project that's dead in the water tomorrow. So when I woke up and I read all the excitement on Twitter and dozens of articles about Western Union and Ripple, especially here's a typical title that you could find today. Research confirms Western Union is testing and considering use of Ripple XRP for remittance. Well, I had some red flags that went up, and I want to tell you why. The report or research came from Credit Suisse, and I can explain that in detail in a moment. Secondly, the last I remember is the CEO of Western Union is still Hikmet Ersek. And I can tell you that I have seen enough body language from this gentleman when he speaks about Ripple and XRP to last a lifetime. In June 2018, he said that the test with the Ripple solution was not saving Western Union any money. Only later to find out from Ashish Birla, he tried it with only 10 transfers. And then shortly after the announcement of MoneyGram and Ripple with their partnership, at the Brainstorm Finance 2019, he backpedaled a bit and he confirmed publicly that, oh yeah, we're still testing Ripple. We never ceased. And he gave the impression that XRP was still in the mix. In fact, his end comment was, but look, hey, I'm open. Any cost savings, any innovation, I'm there. We can sign a deal tomorrow. So the report by Credit Suisse, it has a few problems. It's not bad. It's very in-depth, 261 pages. So yeah, they worked very hard on it. But I have to tell you that there was an article that was written by this woman here, Frances Coppola, and she told me she was on retainer with Credit Suisse. So I thought to myself, oh, wow, anybody who's going to use a researcher of this quality has got to be pretty bad. And I'll just never forget that, because this is the article that she wrote. And when did she write this? She wrote this in, where is the date here? She wrote this, oh boy, I can't find the date. Here it is, February 2019. There's no such thing as dormant funds in banking. And so this first area is when she is talking about how Brad Garlinghouse talks about the XRP as a bridge currency, and how in doing foreign payments that Ripple enables banks and payment providers to free up the assets that would normally be committed to funding Nostro accounts around the world. So when you have a banking partner and they are going to help you do cross-border remittances, you send them money. You tie up your capital with them so that you're ready to call on them as a banking partner to help you with the final leg of that remittance. And they, in turn, then send you money back as that partnership goes, and that goes into the Vostro account. So you've got a Nostro account and a Vostro account. Well, she says that there's only one problem with this, that what Brad Garlinghouse said is not true. And she goes on to cite some study that McKinsey did in 2016. And yeah, Ripple does use this study on occasion, but she brings up the point that banks used to make quite a lot of money from the interest payments on those Vostro accounts. So the money that comes to their account. They liked the banking relationships because they could make money on the interest, and it was an incentive for them to keep large balances. But you know what? The correspondent banking model has been in serious decline for a long time now. The BIS is actually quite concerned. The Bank of International Settlements, they just did a report on this, and it's a huge problem. Why? Well, I'll show you why. With this image that I brought up yesterday from the Financial Stability Board, this is just one of many examples out there where you can see that there are three major pain points for cross-border payments. There is the legacy technology, the fragmented data, and as you see here, funding. The pre-funding is equal to the other big pain points. And I went to the mat with Francis Coppola. Yeah, unlike I have ever done before with anyone, she actually turned me into a pit bull, and my jaws were locked and I just couldn't let go. And I found, this is actually, I wanted to show you something here. This is kind of funny. She's now being referred to as a former contributor. So that's an interesting change, because if she were to pay attention at all to this space, including another illustrative summary that was in that report that I talked about yesterday. I didn't show this one, and I will show it. When you look at the funding cost, it's a big pain to manage, and it also has a lot of risk, inherent risk, with the holding of foreign currency. When it's volatile, you can lose a lot of money. It's one of the reasons it's not cost effective, and banks don't like it, and it's one of the many reasons why the correspondent banking model is flawed and it is in decline. Okay, moving right along, I want to share with you why I also want everyone to do your own research. This is going to be a really good example. I'm jumping on to a Western Union Goldman Sachs webcast that took place in February 2020. And this is the CEO, Ursek, talking in a question and answer portion of that webcast. And he's asked about Ripple. So please have a listen here. Let me just make sure my volume is up. Yeah, okay. Have a listen.
Touching on, I guess, I think, you were a little wary of blockchain, and then you're warming up to it. But could you talk about, I guess, blockchain technology and how that could potentially, unlock some cost savings and working capital and things like that?
That's a very CFO question, actually.
Good, why don't you take it? The partnership with Ripple, MoneyGram.
Yeah, I know where you're going. So, just first of all, the issue in the payments industry, what happened in the beginning, everybody mixed blockchain with Bitcoin and with all the cryptocurrency. It's total different thing. So I think people are aware, meanwhile, that there are two different things. And as the announcements came out, is it on Bitcoin or on Libra, everything, everybody says that we're going to go after Western Union, and, the remittance market will get a market share. It has not happened, and it's not going to happen. The simple reason, you have to turn the cryptocurrency to a use case. Turning that to a use case means that turning to fiat currency. You can't go, there's no ecosystem in India or Bangladesh to go shopping with a cryptocurrency, with a Calibra or with a wallet that you can do that. You need cash. So that's the big trick that, people don't talk about end-to-end, about the ecosystem. They really talk about only technical solutions. So that's number one. Number two is that cryptocurrency is also two cryptocurrencies. One is the fiat cryptocurrency people talking, one is the settlement currency, like Ripple one, right? And our system being, operating in 200 countries, settling 137 currencies, has been very efficient. We have not found a better way of settling our, helping our settlement system is it Ripple or others? They are trying hard. They're good companies, but we have not seen efficiencies from that company. We tried, but our system is very efficient. Our treasury system is very fast and probably one of the best worldwide. And that's why, I'm a little bit skeptical there.
So you can see he has not found that, in his opinion, there's anything there for him. He thinks their system is very efficient and he's a little skeptical. So I think it's really clear that when you just read one line in a report by Credit Suisse and then everybody just drinks the Kool-Aid, I just always worry about that. And I know this is not what everybody wants to hear, but I'm not finished. And this doesn't end at this point. Now, this is where this video gets very interesting. You're going to see some research that I did this morning that you really start to think, can you believe anything we hear or read? Okay. Last Wednesday, Western Union announced a new opening of a new fintech hub. And this is a branch that's in the Philippines. All right. This is with two different partners, these partners, DA5 and Shoshin. And they are going to leverage emerging technologies and scale real-time cross-border payments. This partnership will allow to curtail regulatory issues, send money in real time with an improved remittance service that has more transparency. So this hub is going to be the first of its kind, and the solution will harness the latest technologies with these new financial partnerships that include, this is according to Shoshin's website, so the partnerships include Western Union and crypto exchange providers. And they are seeking to disrupt with a new product line that launches and has initiatives in the pipeline, including blockchain. So yeah, I am, of course, a little bit wondering what's going on here. So when we go to the Shoshin website, all right, let's take a look at their business. I want to show you. They have Cloud Chain, which is a stable global digital currency for stable global value transfers. They also have Blockchip, which is a Blockchip Philippines. It's a software development company in the industry with expertise in blockchain technologies, and they pride themselves in digital transformation and market disruption through cutting-edge engineering solutions. And they also have Mint, which is a comprehensive blockchain banking platform. And then they have the Mansatal Rural Bank, bridging traditional banking and emerging opportunities offered by blockchain technology. So they have a coin too, called the X coin, that is simplifying the acceptance of usage of cryptocurrencies. So there you have it. Now, I know there's a lot of good researchers in this space. I Am Legion is one, Sam is another. So maybe this video will allow some other researchers to pick it up from here, because something is more than meets the eye, in my opinion. And again, I'm watching this space, and I promise you that while I do that, and I promise myself, I'll be very careful with the Kool-Aid. So there you have it, everyone. Okay, can we jump to a little fluff? I think the fluff is a little bit fun today. Here we go. I just had happened to see when I was checking regular news is that the Beatles' handwritten Hey Jude lyrics sold for $910,000 at auction in New York. I thought, wow, wow, that's a handsome price. And if you do come to Japan, Yoko Ono did put together a John Lennon museum. It's okay, Mama. It's okay. It's wouldn't be on my must-do things unless you're a really hardcore fan. And I'm a huge Beatles fan, but it's just an okay museum. But what is really, I think, fun to look at is that when John and Yoko were here in Japan, they often went to Karuizawa. And Karuizawa is not too far from Tokyo. It's in the middle of the country. So if you're at Tokyo, you just go over towards the middle, straight west, and in the mountains, you come to this very beautiful part of rural Japan. There's only 20,000 people who live there. It's near Mount Asama, which is a very, very active volcano. They had the Winter Olympics here in 1998. A lot of people go here in the summertime because of the elevation. The summers are a little cooler than they are in Tokyo. And it is really spectacular in the fall. Really, really, really spectacular color. And also, it's well known for many, many, many of its interesting, unique architecture for second homes. This is an example of one. Here is a famous one called the Shell House. Wow. The inside is just as wow, too. But here's something that super interesting. This is a photo, and it was built by a designer, Matty, and he passed away in 2013, but that he did this prefabricated design. There were fewer than 100 of them built, mostly made of fiberglass, and there are still some around the world that do exist. I think it's most interesting. Unfortunately, this one has been abandoned. I believe he used it for his ski trips in this area, and my computer's working a little slow. I think it's because I have so many tabs open. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's the inside. Yeah, and unfortunately it looks a little dilapidated. It's yeah, it's very, very tired. But if you go to a museum, I think this one is in Finland, you can see one that is totally restored, or you can go to a website called futurohouse.com and you can check to see if there is one in your country, because this lists all the ones that are still known to exist. Wow, look at this one in France. Wow. Wow, somebody gave it a really great paint job. Some of them are in great shape. Some of them look a little tired. Some have been expanded onto. It's just super fun. I think this is something that is really fun. Oh, this one needs a little help. It's in the greater LA area of California. Oh, it's something you want to take home and bring back to its original life. Look at that beautiful baby blue. That one's in Illinois. So if you're interested, there are a few that are on the market for sale. You can check these that are available. There's one on eBay being auctioned off for $26,000. It is looking like somebody in New Jersey owns it. But there are a few. There's one in Spain that's up for sale, one in New Zealand, one in Australia, one in Sweden. Oh, this one looks really, really tired. It's in Wisconsin. It probably because the winters are so tough in Wisconsin that it is getting very weather beaten. Here's New Zealand and then one in Wisconsin again. Wow, interesting, huh? Two of them in Wisconsin. So anyway, that's a little bit of fluff for everyone. Do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.